So this post said, y'all prepare yourselves. Let me push my hair back. It says,
stop letting these men determine if your wife is material when they weren't even raised by wives.
Who is your target audience? Who are you trying to attract? Is you trying to attract a dog? What's up, Fox family? Welcome to episode 2 of Brazen Behavior. I know y'all been waiting on episode 2. I know you like, when she gonna post it? When she gonna post it? Well, the time is now. And I got some juicy conversation for us to talk about today. Something you definitely want to hear. This conversation is targeted more towards my single and dating ladies. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm a woman of the ring. I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Check me out. But I have girlfriends that are single, and I want to educate. I want to put information out there so you can take it and do what you do with it. Before we get into today's subject, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and click that subscribe button below. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and click that bell ding to let you know when I post new videos. And we're going to get into it. So grab a snack. Come on back. We about to do what it do, baby. So, a couple days ago, I woke up. I stretched. I was like, waking up from my, nighttime, bedtime. And I was like, as many of us do, let me check social media. Let me get my morning stroll on. And I was like, boop. Let me scroll back down. I saw this post. And this was, this was, I'm going to say this is Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It just dropped this post in my lap. Because I was like, what I'm going to talk about? Episode 2 of Brazen Behavior. He was like, boop. Autumn, there you go. AJ, I'm going to hook you up. Now, I just know that the person who posted that has a self-proclaimed crown on her head. Because I hate to stereotype, but they always the ones, I feel like, that post stuff like that. Okay, so I feel like no open-minded person posts stuff like that or believes that should be a thing. That's just my opinion. Okay, so I clicked this person's timeline, scrolled on back, and I was like, let me see what kind of person this is before I just, maybe they just made a stupid post. No, their timeline was filled with stuff like that. So that leads me into today's conversation. So when I first read this post, I was like, I gotta make the stank face. Then I had to wake myself up. You know what I'm saying? Rub my eyes and come back to it. I was like, did I read that correctly? Yes. Okay, there was tons of comments on it. I was like in disbelief how many women were in support of this dumbass post. Really, it's like a blind leading the blind. So I was like, okay. So we're gonna talk about stop letting these men determine if your wife is material when they weren't even raised by wives. If your target audience is a male, who else would better tell you what he is looking for as wifey material? And because women always say, and let's turn this around for a second. You know what I'm saying? Women always say, when a man don't like all they curves, you know what I'm saying? All they say or the ways about themselves, just different things about them. When a man don't like certain stuff, they like to say, oh, if he was a real man, he loved all these curves. Oh, if he was a real man, he deal with this, he stick up for me, he stand by me, all that. And to me, it's like a double-sided coin. Because how is it possible that you are, as a woman, are able to tell him, sis, how are you able to tell him that he is not a real man because he ain't doing X, Y, Z? Because a lot of y'all saying this, where y'all daddy's at? That was my post. That was my response to this post. A lot of y'all talking about he ain't a real man, he ain't this, he ain't that. If he ain't doing this, he ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all got daddy issues. A lot of y'all weren't raised by y'all fathers. Hell, some of y'all don't know who y'all fathers are. And if you do know who your fathers are, some of y'all don't have a good relationship with them. Now, this is not all, but to me, I feel like the main ones that are super critical of me, have their foot just on their necks consistently, just hard as bricks on men, are the women who have men or daddy issues. And I gotta say for myself, thank God, I don't have either. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was he thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. We were super close. I spent a lot of time with my dad, a lot of time with my mama. You know, so, and in the dating world, I'm blessed to say I have not had any traumatic dating experience. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that is why I look at things the way I look at things, and I feel like that's best because you're taking this information in from somebody without a jaded perspective. So you want somebody who has a clear-cut perspective, not your homegirl Jada, who you call up and she traumatized, she got daddy issues. You traumatized because you got daddy issues. Like I said, that's the blind leading the blind. Y'all can't give each other clear, concise information and a clear perspective because y'all both got issues. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to say I'm better than nobody else because I don't have them kind of issues, but I feel that I am in a good place to give clear advice because I don't have those issues. Thank God. Anyway, moving along. So like I said, I feel like a woman can't tell a man if he's a real man, how to be a man, just because you don't like his judgment, his character, as far as what you don't like about him and portraying to you, because that's usually what it is. You don't like the way he's treating you or he left you or whatever. So now all of a sudden, he's not a real man. You know, and just like I feel like you can't post that post and say, you know, you can't let a man tell you if you're not wifey material. You can tell a man what you're looking for in a husband. That's fine. But equally, a man can also tell you what he's looking for in a wife. You go in a store, you tell them what you're looking for, what you want. How is it any different? You talking about spending the rest of your life with somebody. I think both people are on equal ground to say the woman what she's looking for as well as the man what she's looking for. But the problem is most women don't want to hear what the man's looking for. So we're going to roll on in to today's topic, which is what do you need to attract a man of value? Pretty much. How do you pick between the weeds and the wickets, you know what I'm saying, of a high value man, a man that is going to, you know what I'm saying, put on a bow tie, put on the tux, put on the jacket, and meet you at the altar. Hashtag jagged edge, meet me at the altar in your white dress. We all know what that, women of a certain age, my age, hashtag 40, you know what I'm saying? You know what jagged edge is. You know what meet me at the altar. You know what I'm talking about. So, but I want to educate my ladies today on how can you attract a man of value, a man that is, you know, looking for a wife, a man that's looking to be serious, a man you can possibly build a future with, instead of these BS people over here. The main thing I want y'all to realize is men characterize you, they organize you into 3 boxes. The women that I don't want them to do with, you know what I'm saying? She may be cool as a friend, but I don't want them to do with her as far as on relationship basis. So you won't get past the gate. You don't get no personal attention. You get no physical affection. You might think you cool. You might say, hey, what's up in the hallway? But that's it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't have no one-on-one time. Then you at the middle, where it seems like most women who post stuff like this fall into, you know, the situation of women like to say, oh, Mr. Right Now. Well, that's an old playing field because you can be Mrs. Right Now. Sex may be good. Your conversation may be good. You might even cook you know what I'm saying, some lasagna. You know what I'm saying? You cook good. You buy a meal or two. So this is Miss Right Now. She's cool to kick it with. She ain't bad to look at. I'll flip the light on and look at her. You know, kind of thing. And she cook and she wants to spend time. So she's like a hanging out buddy. But you will never get past that point because he's going to keep you in that box. I saw a post where a woman was like, Why do men, talk to girls and be with women or whatever when they know they ain't trying to take it past that point as far as like getting married? Like, oh, you be in a relationship, or you will talk and hang out, but it never gets to a certain point because you're in that middle box. You are missed right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are the person that is good for right now. Then you got the third box, which is, it's something about that girl that I just can't get out of my mind. It's something about that girl that sets her apart from everybody else. It's something about that girl that I would like to have in my life. And finally, it's something about that girl that made me want to go out to Zales and buy this ring, cha-ching, and get down on one knee and ask her to marry me. You know what I'm saying? If you extra special like a girl, you get a ring like this. Look at that. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You pat myself on the back. So you make it to that box as far as like, in women, I feel like y'all are so like hard exterior now to where you try to act like a dude, to where you don't want to give up. You don't want to be like feminine to the point where you realize that it's you who get asked this question as far as marriage. A man has to chose you because he's the one that's asking the question. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to ask a man to marry me. It ain't going to happen. It ain't never going to happen. I'll never teach my daughters that. Get down on one knee or ask a man to marry. I will backhand my child if I even hear that she even thinking about asking a man to marry her. No. You wait for the question. And then now you have the reins and you say yes or you say no. But he has to propose that question to you. You can't make him do it. So that's the third box. So in today's video, what I want to narrow down into is I want to help my ladies out because I feel like it's the blind leading the blind. I feel like there's a lot of traumatized folks out there holding hands and y'all trying to sing Kumbaya, but it's not working, and it's still nobody's healing, and it's the blind leading the blind. Y'all have a jaded view of marriage and of relationships. A lot of women say they don't want it, but what Kanye say on that independent shit? Trade it all for a husband and some kids? Okay, so we're going to get down into the weakest of how, like I said, you attract a man of value. How do you single out, the pants sagging, the hood ratchet? How to narrow out and push those to the side. How to choose and I won't say pursue, but show interest in a man that is going to show that interest in you in return, but also who is serious enough to take it to that point of getting down on one knee and going to Zales and asking you to be his wife. Yeah, so like through all this, it made me reflect on me, and it made me reflect on me and my past experiences and current experiences. I sit down with my husband, had a conversation, and trying to, put my thought process together. But I pretty much want to tell you guys how to increase your chances of becoming a wife. Because I think a lot of women say they don't want it. They don't want it because they don't know how to get it. It's not something that you just like, it's not like something where you just be like, oh, it's here. No, it's literally just a game. It is literally, you play it like a game. There is losers. The women who like, oh, I don't want to be married. I don't want that. I bet somebody was following around with a camera and Joe Blow got down on one knee. Somebody interested in was dating. They be like, will you marry me? And she's like, yes. Oh my God, girls, look. Because that's what she want. But the ones sometimes that don't get chosen are the ones that act like they don't want in the first place because they don't know how to get there. So I'm going to give you guys my blueprint on how to do all of that. Roll it all in one big ball. All right, so we'll get to it. So a lot of y'all they ain't gonna like this first one. And we got like 11 or 12 different reasons, And I actually sat down with my husband and came up with these. It's not like this is something out of my head. Like I wanted a male's perspective as far as like just on this period. I didn't want to just give you, but I made my list first, and then I sat down with him and had this conversation, and he literally only had one thing to add to the list. So I was like hitting him right with the money. Number 1, be physically fit. Let me say that again. Be physically fit. That means well within your BMI. You know what I'm saying? Evaluate your dress size. Evaluate, your physical fitness just as a whole. Not just like, oh, I got a big booty, I got big breasts, so I'm good. No. And we're going to get to that point a little bit later in the lineup as far as why you don't want that. But be physically fit. And I'm going to tell you why. People like to say men are visual creatures. I believe that's only half true. I believe that men and women are visual creatures. Women want somebody, they like, oh my God, that's my husband, that's my boo, that's my babe. And then men also want somebody like my girl, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is like, it ain't just about having a big booty and big breasts. A lot of women think that, oh, I'm going to get a BBL, I'm going to get inflated, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. Most women get that done after they have kids. I'm going to just say that. Because I feel that a man is more than happy to pay for restorative services. Restorative services. That means I met you, you was physically fit, and then we had kids, and then, you weren't able to get back to the point where you want to be at. So therefore, we had to put it in the hands of Dr. So-and-so. Most level-headed men understand that, yes, childbirth does take a toll on a woman, especially if you have like twins and stuff like that. And you know how hard you work or whatever, sometimes it's not possible to get all the way back to where you want to be. Because after he's married to you, he wants to put all the steps in possible to get you back to where you was at before you got married. Because he understands you gave me babies. You know what I'm saying? So that's fine. But I feel that a lot of women, and then also like with men, they look at you like, okay, if you're not physically fit now, and you 30 pounds overweight now, and then we're not even married yet, and we don't have no babies. Everybody know that married life makes you gain pounds. On top of that, you have kids, and it's like in his mind, it's like, okay, she 30 pounds overweight now. What's it gonna be like when we get married and have our first kid? She's gonna put on another 30, 40, 50 pounds, or in my case, 57 pounds, 60 pounds, and then what's gonna be like? She don't want to work out now. She lazy in that department now. Because twerking is not exercise. And what's it going to be like when she gained no pounds from that first baby? Then we're going to have another baby. She ain't lost some pounds because she don't want to go to the gym. We have 2-3 babies. You factor in 30 pounds. Let's say 35 pounds per pregnancy. And that's, to me, that's cutting it in half. And then before you know it, that's like almost a whole nother person. It's like 100 pounds. So he's like, nah, because I still want to be able to see her with the lights on after she have all these babies. A lot of women have babies, they think that, oh, it's an excuse to gain weight. It's an excuse to have a pudge. It's an excuse. No, I don't care if you're married or not. It's not an excuse. It's not. Unless you're going to the gym trying your hardest, it's not an excuse. I'm not saying every woman's snapback is not the same. However, it's not an excuse to just say, accept me for my body, accept me for how I am. And if you don't, you're not a real man. That's not how that works. Because a man, as a person with desires and feelings and all that, he has a right to say what he wants and what he doesn't want. Just like you have the desire to say what you want, what you don't want. So being physically fit will heighten your chances in obtaining a man of value. Ain't nobody want to show you off, have you spilling out your dress, taking you to different functions and stuff like that. If you ain't physically fit, pick your battles. You want to pick a battle of finding a man? You want to pick your battle of not being aware of what you want to wear? Or you want to pick your battle of going to the gym every day, giving an hour and a half of your day and staying at a certain point? moving on. Number 2, be friendly. Be approachable. A lot of y'all think it's cute to be like, I'm spoiled. I talk back. I've seen this post so many times. I'm spoiled. I talk back. I got attitude problems. Do you really think that a man is going to want to get to know you and message you? You have presented yourself as a second job. Why? I'm not saying you should be a doormat at all. I don't consider myself as a doormat whatsoever. I always voice my opinions. And I'm not going to sit here and allow myself and say I'm always respectable as far as voicing my opinions. No, sometimes I get pissed. Sometimes I go overboard, But do I feel like I always have the mindset 80% of the time to, to have a conversation, to, be approachable? Because approachable doesn't mean before you get married. Approachable means also when you get married. So that's just, to me, it's like it's a full round of game. It's like you want to always be approachable. You want to always, just have a certain attitude, period. Because a lot of black women like to think that, people should be softer on you because of your struggles, because of stuff you had to endure. Why? Because especially when we talk about black men, I think that black men, especially when we go all the way back, have had it just as bad or worse. You're not the only person that's dealing with past trauma, messed up relationships, family issues. He's dealing with that stuff too. It's not just a female directed thing. So be up. You can't say like, men ain't, because this is the thing. Men ain't nothing. They garbage. They this, they that, and the other. And then your attitude is not approachable. So man could be seeing you in the elevator at work. He could be talking to his homeboy about you. Like, man, yeah, Sharonda up on the 5th floor, man, she fly. I see, like, she this, she that, blah, blah, blah. And his friend's like, nah, man, you don't want that. You don't want them attitude. You don't want that attitude. You don't want them problems, And then next thing you know, they're conversing with each other. Next thing you know, you downstairs getting coffee. He speaks to you, he's like, hey, good morning, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Do I know you? A lot of times, y'all are gorgeous, perfect the way you are. But, you physically fit. You look good. You know what I'm saying? The wig at that time was laid. You know what I'm saying? Heels match the purse, the whole 9. Waist snatched. And you are a picture of perfection. You know what I'm saying? Women just like, I hate her because she's so pretty. And then you see him downstairs in the coffee area or whatever, and it's like, you get that attitude. You're messed up because you opened your mouth. Because you have a bad attitude. It's not just about looks alone. You have to be approachable. You have to be friendly. You don't know a man in the hallway, smile and say, hey, how you doing? You don't know a man in Walmart, hey, how you doing? I can't tell you how many times I've been in Walmart. Even with my ring on, even with just, after the gym, and I feel like I look a hot ass mess, but I'm in there with my husband, so I don't care because we just left the gym. And I don't wear my ring to the gym. And a man would say, we'll pass each other in the alleyway because we go two separate ways in the grocery store. And a man walk past me and he'll look at me and I say, hey, how you doing? Then the next hour he'll catch me and he'll try to talk to me. But I feel that, hey, how you doing, on that previous aisle, open the gateway, let him know that she's friendly, she's approachable. I can have a conversation with her. But if he would have said, hey, how you doing? Or he would look at me and I was like what you looking at? He's not going to say anything to me. So a lot of times y'all lose the battle because y'all not friendly. Y'all not approachable. Before meeting the person, and then if you just so happen to have a good day where you actually meet the person and y'all hang out and y'all make it to the altar and y'all get married, you're not approachable in your marriage. You have to be approachable in your marriage. Also, moving on. Quality gets quality, not quantity. I see a lot of women talking about, this post irritates me like nails on a chalkboard. It be like, please stay out of my DMs. I'm concerned because people in happy relationships are DMing me. That's the last one I saw. And I'm like, What? Like, apparently not in happy relationships they DMing you. Anyway, so, but women like to think that men who message them, they seem to think that they can like quantitate a certain value from that as far as like their dating or sexual marketplace value. And that's a no. That's a no. Because those same women have been single for years. Some of my friends were on social media. Or some of them have been single in spurts of 6 to 8 months at a time. Meaning 6 to 8 months they with somebody, then they break up, and then 6 months go by, and then 6 to 8 months they with somebody, and they break up, and this cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats itself. Okay, so these women, you know, from what they post, you know, one of them was like, why do men, like this is the same one, why do men be with women when they don't want to be in a relationship or they don't want to get married? Kind of thing. This is the same woman who posted this. And it's like, if the men in your DMs were quality people, quality men, then you would not be complaining. Instead of typing this post on social media, you'd be out on a date with him or texting him or FaceTiming him or something. You would not be telling us and telling the world. You would not be complaining that these men are your DMs. These is Pookies and Ray Rays from around the corner, pants below their ass, you know what I'm saying, kind of folks. So don't use the pursuit of DMs and Facebook Messenger and all that to help you equate what your sexual or dating marketplace value is. Quality retracts quality. You know, quality magnetizes quality. So it attracts quality. So don't just be like, oh, you know, I can't find any quality men. I can't find men that's about nothing or whatever. If you are not meeting any quality men, you need to reevaluate yourself and ask yourself, for real, have this conversation with yourself in the mirror and be like, am I a quality woman? Because it's not about how big your ass is, how big your breasts are. You know, can you twerk like Megan Thee Stallion? So therefore, I'm hot right now. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? I got all this body, yada, yada. So I am a quality woman. No, because having that is only going to attract the wrong kind of men. That's going to attract your quantity pool over here, not a quality man. Because a person that is seeing you based upon just your figure only, you know, or what you may bring to the table sexually, they not going to put no tux on and meet you at the altar. It's not going to happen. You know, like a man who starts off addressing you on a physical note, talking about how thick you are, talking about your breasts like this, your butt like that, go ahead and politely dismiss him at the beginning of his conversation. Don't be rude, but dismiss him at the beginning of his conversation, because he is bold enough. He has enough balls to address you like this, and he don't even know you. Imagine how he's going to talk to you and address you when he gets comfortable with you and does know you. You want somebody who's going to think about what he says to you and not want to put you off and want you guys to get on as far as get to know each other and all that. So, dismiss some type of people. If you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a quality woman. A quality woman means you got goals, you are working towards something, you holding your own, you physically fit. There's a lot more that goes into that, but those are certain aspects of a quality woman. So if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a quality woman, then at that time you need to figure out how you are possibly attracting the wrong type of man. And again, that's a whole new video. So quality attracts quality. If you're a quality woman in the right environment, dealing with the right people, and you have certain qualities and characteristics about yourself, it will not be hard for you to attract a quality man as far as like dating and getting to know, at least like hooking up and being on a one-on-one environment, dinner and all that stuff like that with a man of quality. What your mom used to say, birds of a feather flock together. That's exactly what that means. People of quality usually flock together. People that are not of quality usually flock together. You want to be around somebody who make you feel like what you're doing is substantial and on the right path. There's not going to be a quality man. It's not going to come to the hood and hang out with Pookie and Ray Ray. He's not going to do it because he's in a different environment on a day-to-day basis. Their world's not going to cross because he's in a different element than Pookie and Ray Ray over here. So you're not going to get husband material. They say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I just feel like you can't turn a hood rat dude into a husband. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you a quality woman? And then ask yourself, if you are a quality woman, what environment are you in right now? You're not gonna get blood, like my mama like to say, you're not gonna get blood out of a turnip. That's like one of her favorite sayings. So the original OG of act like a woman, think like a man. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's how I was raised. So be feminine in all your qualities, but let your mind be doing something else. And you know, shout out to Gertrude. Hey Gertrude, I know you're watching Zeb because my mom always supported me. Love you. So you can't get blood out of a turnip. Ask yourself, what group of men are you looking at as far as husband material or trying to get on wifey level? You know, because I feel that a certain group of man ain't gonna give you wifey material. All right, so next is have good vibes. Give off a look. And so, okay, so basically what I'm saying by that is I'm a person that always, since forever, I've never liked looking like everybody else. You know, and I just feel that this is one of the things that has helped me to necessarily stand out, you know, more so in the dating crowd. You know, you want to have a look that's your own. You don't want to be one of these recycled glitches. You know what I'm saying? Like recycled meaning that, you know, you got purple hair, you got pink hair. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with colored hair, but I just feel that to be taken seriously to a certain extent, first of all, I don't even know why you even trying to like attract a man that likes colorful hair. I can't even say this about my two previous divorces. You know, the two men I was previously married to, they were quality men. They were quality men. They had great jobs. They had great income. They paid their bills. I had my two daughters with my second husband. I didn't have anything from my first marriage. And, you know, he paid his bills. He was a contributor to the household. To my knowledge, he did not cheat on me. There was no abuse, no nothing like that. You want to have a look. Good vibes, meaning you want to make them feel a certain way when they're around you. Almost, you know, euphoric to a certain extent. Like a high. You know, I'm not saying that everything's all pleasant, you know, but you want to make him feel like he's being enriched when he's around you. You know, you want to make yourself almost like a drug to a certain extent. You know, like when he's not around you, he is going through withdrawals to a certain extent. And I don't mean withdrawals as far as like sex. I mean withdrawals as far as just the aura of you, the conversation of you. You don't want to fall into place and be like all the other women out there. Create a vibe, meaning that you have, you know, educated conversations. You have things to say. You point out things and start conversations of things that maybe he never thought about. Or you tell him something that he does not know. I always make it a point to, when I used to go on first dates or whatever, to always say something or share something that that person doesn't know. Make yourself more interesting. Outside of who got shot at the club last night, Megan Thee Stallion new video, who got arrested, who's selling food stamps. This girl on your job you can't stand, this glitch on your job you can't stand, you know, because blah blah blah. Be more about than just the everyday. Make him want to have continuous conversations with you and to continuously be around you. You know, because a man that is not telling me something that I don't know on the first and second date, I lose interest. I don't even want to be around you no more because I feel like you're not telling me something that I don't already know. Make yourself interesting. And this goes both ways. I'm not saying that it's just on your part to entertain and do cartwheels and do backhand springs and all that stuff. No, he should bring that to the table also. But you just be prepared to bring you to the table. Let him handle him. Be prepared to bring yourself to the table. Be prepared to make yourself interesting. Be prepared to tell him something that he doesn't know. Just in general, I don't know, girl. Watch the Wildlife Channel. Find out something about cheetahs. Tell him something that he don't know about cheetahs. I don't know. Make interesting conversation. Make yourself interesting. Don't be like all the other chicks. Because guess what? People like to say, I'm in competition with myself. That's one thing I cannot stand. I hate that saying. Like, it makes me want to vomit. Because that's so not true. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care. Pretty much everything but besides having a baby. You're in competition with somebody else because when you meet somebody, they are never 100% available. They always have somebody else they're talking to. It might be a girl they met last week. It might be a girl they know from work that's flirting. Whatever. They always have somebody else that's necessarily in the background somewhere. That's the competition. Find a way to separate yourself from the competition as far as conversation, as far as a vibe. I don't mean sexually. I mean just you being you. Your presence. What does he feel like when he's around you? Stimulate him through conversation. Not just twerking. That comes later. Next, have some goals. Don't just be like, whether you do hair, girl, you could braid hair. You could be doing tattoos. You could be, IT specialist. You could be a software developer. Anything. But have goals. Yeah, I'm a stylist, but I plan to get my own salon. Yeah, I braid hair, but I plan to get my own salon. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a stripper, but I'm going to college right now. Have a goal. Have something that you're working towards because a man is looking for somebody that he can make money with. That's not, not somebody who's going to want to just continuously drain his pockets. That's like a no. I don't want no part of that kind of thing. Be a person that has a goal, that's trying to make money with him, that's trying to, come in with some kind of assets. Not just, I'm a queen, so take care of me. Or, I'm a queen, I don't know, goals. But it's just, I work at Walmart. Like, are you trying to become a manager at Walmart? Like, where's your goal? If you're a stripper, are you trying to be lead stripper? Are you trying to be starting stripper? What are you trying to do? This is one I always had. And I think my mama told me this ever since I was in high school, and I had a little boyfriend or whatever. Don't always be available. Occupy your damn time. Find something to do. I don't care if you're knitting a sweater. I don't care if you're sketching. I don't care if you're coloring a coloring book. Or you watching news on CNN. Don't always be available. You meet somebody new. Y'all going out on a couple dates, whatever. My rule was, if you see me on Friday, you're not going to see me for the rest of the weekend. If you see me the rest of the weekend, it's going to be on Sunday. It's not going to be on Saturday. I'm not going to lead you to believe that you are a front runner in my life, because when you let a man think that he's the only one, you get mediocrity. Let me say that again. When you lead a man to think that he's the only one on the roster, and this is in the very beginning, I'm talking about before when y'all just meeting, y'all went out on 2 or 3 dates kind of thing, when there has not been a discussion of one-on-one ship. Do not let him think that he is the only one or the only thing you have going on in your life. You don't want him to think that you got like a whole roster, of men. Don't go into detail. That's not his business right now, because y'all have not had that conversation. But if you go with a man on Friday night for dinner, and on Saturday you text him a few times, he hears from you a few times, you check in, and then you don't hear nothing from the rest of the day, he don't hear nothing from you, and then Sunday you may see him for like lunch. Y'all go to Chili's and have a few drinks, whatever. You go about your business. He is going to think that somebody else is occupying your time, or possibly something else. You don't want to give details as far as like, oh, I'm going out with Pookie later. You got to throw in his face. But if you are not available on a consistent basis, he's automatically going to think that there's another man that's occupying your time, and let him think that. You don't want to lead him to believe that you sleep with a bunch of people, nothing like that. You don't want to let his mind wander as far as what else you're possibly doing. You could be home knitting a sweater, but don't tell him that. Be like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I got to go. You know, make him miss you. Don't just hang around all the time. It makes you look desperate. It makes you like you have nothing better else to do. And let me tell you, when a man is courting you or hanging out with you or whatever, and he feels that you have nothing better to do, it makes him question why he's so hell-bent on you. Why is he trying to see someone like, well, she's over here all the time. Is anybody else not interested in her? If nobody else is interested in her, why should I be so interested in her? Don't lead with the physical. Like I said, if a man's approaching you and he's automatically talking about how thick you are, what your breasts look like, what your booty look like, dismiss him. You know, don't start out meeting him. I mean, you dance a little bit, something, you know what I'm saying? But if you bending over and twerking at the club, he gonna think that you easy and you to a certain extent, as far as the fact that he gonna be able to hit that and quit that in a certain level of time. You don't want to lead with the physical. You want to work up to the physical. You know, there's certain things that, like with Steve Harvey, I agree with. You know, I'm not saying like necessarily 90 days. You know, I think it should be no time to where you feel somebody out. You got enough dates. I feel like 2 months, you know, is enough time. You know, but you go out, you hang out, you know, you have dinner, you go to different situations, different environments. Maybe you go out to a nightclub, you go out to dinner, you know what I'm saying? You may go to like a friend's house, different situations so you can observe this person, see, you know, how they are as far as just spending time, period. Don't lead with the physical. Because a lot of women is like, oh, why is he with me and he don't want to take it to a certain level? It's probably because you led with the physical. And it's like, you in that box of, you good for right now kind of thing, because it's all about sex, it's all about physicalness. And it's like, you can't lead with the physical and then expect to take it to like educated conversation lane. Because you have already put that up initially that that's what you're about. Like I said in the beginning, don't put something out there or don't do stuff that you're not going to be able to keep up with. But I've had men, I've come out of club before, because the girl used to go out all the time. And I've walked in the parking lot and men be like, oh, you know, girl, you tall and thick, you know, blah, blah, blah. Now it tells me right there, I need to shut you off. I'm going to come with a line like, I got a whole husband at home. Or I'm engaged, I got a boyfriend, whatever, because you have the balls to lead with that. You're telling me right then and there where your mind is at. A quality man does not want a toy. If you look like a toy, you're going to get played with like a toy. At the end of the day, for the long haul, for the wifey, for the ring, for the wedding, men want a woman who looks realistic. Like Beyonce. Do I think Beyonce had work done? Does she have her babies and all that? Yes. Does she look like a toy? Does she look fake? Does she look made up, made over? No. Okay, y'all. So I'm about to get off my soapbox after I tell you this last and final one. The rule of 3. Don't wear more than 3 fake items at a time. I'm not talking about jewelry and fake furs. I'm talking about like stuff that you've attached to your body, as far as like weaves and contacts and fake nails. So that's 3 things, right? And then we'll go in with eyelashes. So that's like 4 things. So now it was one point in time where I was wearing extensions, like before I went natural, because I was like, well, I was natural, but I was trying to grow my hair out kind of thing. So I was wearing extensions, trying to let my hair grow out and do its thing. So I was wearing extensions, like a half of head extensions, like back here starting extensions. Like all this top out was mine. And then I was wearing nails. which I kind of just got out of that like around like COVID. Like, and I don't miss them at all. And as heavy as I lift at the gym, I don't think I would be able to wear nails anyway. Extensions and contacts. And I was like, this is just too much. Because at the end of the day, you got to figure out, when you take all of that away, what do you look like? If I mean, like, you catfishing somebody or what? So the rule of three to me is, so if you would do nails and eyelashes and extensions, you have reached your cap. Women are for some reason, y'all think that men want to see like all the different, the dark and the light to shade, eyeshadow, all that full palette that y'all have going on up here, the contouring or whatever, or, the lace fronts, or that don't look natural. Because some people like, oh, laid by me, done by me. And I'd be like, oh, this looks natural, hashtag natural. And I'd be like, nobody hairline, nobody parts like that. And a man may not keep it with wigs, extensions, and all that, but he knows what looks natural and what don't look natural. Like, a child knows what looks natural and what don't look natural. They can point out a fake if you ask them to. So, when you strip all, because I can feel like at the end of the day, a guy wants to know, you strip all of that away, what does it look like when it's just you? And that's why I started the whole thing with hashtag naked. Like, hashtag naked don't just mean like, okay, being in the best physical condition that you can be. It literally means it encompasses the rule of three also. Like, what do you look like in just your skin with no extra additives? You wear some contacts, you wear some extensions, okay, but what do you look like when all that is taken off? Because right now, I just wear contacts. I literally go 80% of my time with no makeup on. And glasses if I'm in the house not going nowhere, or my contacts. Because I feel like guy values what you look like outside of waist trainers, outside of girdles. A lot of women feel like they're going the extra mile to make this stuff happen because they feel that it makes them more attractive, more desirable. But I feel like a lot of men, like, they talk so much smack about y'all behind. You're like, oh, I don't care if you like it. I like it. That's a lie. Girl, stop lying to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you might like it, but you are doing it because you think it looks good. You think that men are looking at you going like, wow, she's so put together. She looks so good. And a lot of men like, she like a clown with all that paint on her face. And a lot of y'all look like, and the thing about it is I love, 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 love. So I say this with love and respect. I love drag queens. Like, I'm dying to meet RuPaul in person. This ain't but so many celebrities I go like, wow, over. RuPaul's Drag Race, right? RuPaul's Drag Race. Rest in peace, Chi Chi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I follow it. I got it. I love it. I love the enthusiasm. I love the boldness. I love the all the pomp and circumstance behind all of that. But they do it to entertain. They do it on stage. I have rarely seen RuPaul out somewhere where he's been photographed or whatever, and he's dressed, like that version of himself. He looks like, a nicely well, polished and put together male version of himself. Because I feel that RuPaul is like, I won't say a character is a part of him, but he's not walking around like that on a day-to-day basis. I feel that, a lot of them in the interviews and stuff like that, they are dressing like that to entertain. They're on TV or whatever. They're doing it for a job, they're doing it for appearances, but they're not walking around like that on an everyday basis. You see them at Walmart or Superstore or like, Food Lion somewhere, and I feel like they're not going to look like that. But I feel that women have aligned that with a day-to-day look. And I feel that, like, is y'all. Like, let that go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be put together to the point where if the wind blows wrong, if I touch my face wrong, that it's really going to do like that drastic of an appearance to what I look like. I feel like men value natural beauty. I feel like they value, clear skin. I feel like they value your hair. I feel like they value a natural look. When I met my husband, I was wearing extensions. But I don't think he cared because, like I said, it was like literally a half a head of hair, and it looked so natural. So I feel that if you're doing stuff like that, it needs to look natural. It don't need to look clown or thrown together or just ultimately fake. Like y'all be doing around these lace front wigs, somebody's a protective style, blah 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 blah. Everybody who I've known on a personal level who's worn lace front wigs, their edges are gone like it's 1999. Like they've been gone way long time ago. No edges, none whatsoever. I've literally heard men say that, like commenting on women about her edges, like her being bald around the edges or whatever. There's a lot of stuff y'all think men don't pay attention to, they may value, but they do. They don't want to see, I just feel like they don't want, I've never heard a guy say that, her lashes are laid or her lace front is laid, but she's overweight and he don't care. I've never heard that. I've never heard that. Never. A guy usually wants somebody who either they have enhancements, whether it's your breast, whether it's a lace front, whether that it looks natural. It don't look like alien form as far as like just ridiculous. I've never met a guy that's like, I love all her eyeshadow. I love her lace fronts. This is something that y'all have said a guy likes. And you want to think that he likes that, but he ultimately don't. And a lot of y'all feel like use that as an excuse to not work out, to not be physically fit because I don't want to sweat my lace front off. I don't want my eyelashes to fall off, whatever. But at the end of the day, a man is going to value your physically fit body over a nice set of eyelashes or over a nicely laid lace front wig. Like, a guy would rather you have a circa 1990s Toni Braxton short haircut and be physically fit. Or probably have a buzz cut and be physically fit. Because you want to grope and feel with tons of fat or whatever, no matter how big her booty is. If your booty look like it got caught in a hailstorm, it can look great in them leggings. It can be out to plow out to here. But when you take them leggings off, it's time to get busy. And your leggings, your ass looks like somebody been playing the xylophone on it with the little mallets. It got all these dents and ripples in it. That's not a turn on. That's not a turn on. So the rule of 3 is, like I said, to not wear more than 3 fake or in beauty enhancement items at a time. That's what the rule of 3 is. Okay, guys. So that is it for this second episode of Brazen Behavior. We're going to sip a little juice, sip a little vodka, you know what I'm saying? We done got, down to the thickets and the wickets of as far as marriage and as far as like, things that you can work on or checkpoints you can, go on a list of, because you may have these things but not these things. And these are different ways to increase your chances of getting to know and possibly getting to the altar with, getting serious with high value man. Because what you don't want to do is waste your time with a hood booger and end up getting a baby outside wedlock. Now you got to move on and go on and find somebody else, find a productive relationship with the baby. It just jacks up your chances. So, yeah, men do the choosing as far as wives, but there's a lot that you can do, the things I just listed, to heighten your chances of finding and landing and marrying a man of value. But you got to be confident enough and open-minded enough to have this conversation with yourself and make the necessary changes in order to make that happen. Nobody's perfect. We all have room for change. Even once we get married, there's always room for change, always room for betterment. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the second episode of Brazen Behavior. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you like this type of content on this channel. Don't forget to go to Spotify and actually download the podcast. And I will see you guys on the next time right here on the set of Brazen Behavior.